This is a little video of the ENT booth. Here we are to the side, and this is of course the patient's side. You've got the place to put your feet on the bottom there, which works quite well. Just put your feet on there like that. That's all pretty good. And then of course you've got this piece of timber here at the moment, if I can find my finger, but in actual fact that would be acrylic. You can see it sits into a little channel here. I cut my finger. And so that keeps it nice and secure. We've also got this section which is the silicone. Alright, let's go up. We've got that header that also traps that piece of acrylic in there. There's a little bit of a hole at the moment, not a hole, but just a little bit of a gap. Let me see if I can find my pen. About here. And just so you know, we've got two fittings on the inside, which we tried to get away from, but the way we've constructed the top has meant we've got two fittings there. As we go round into the majority of the fittings that hold it together are on this tab here, and we've got a piece of 50mm box section steel on the bottom. That's that piece right on the bottom. You see it? You can see the end of it. There we go. But this now is really rigid. Doesn't really want to go anywhere. So as we go round, now let's just have a look at that cap, which is the roof of this. You can see how it attaches and why those holes have been put there, punched there. Also on the top, we've got a turn back tab here, so if anyone wants to hit their head, it's a rounded section that they hit their head on. That's good. Right, let's go round to the doctor's side. A lot more fittings on this side. You see up there, but that is as per specification. Fittings here. Can you see me? There we go. So we haven't got any bolts in those at the moment. There's one bolt there, I think. Bolts going in there. But you can see this is on really quite nicely, and again you've got the turn back, so that if you've got a particularly tall doctor, he won't hurt his head if he bangs it on there. We've cut that middle section out just so we can see each other. And what we're doing at the moment, we're templating all this out of wood, of course, just so we make sure that it fits properly before we order it out of acrylic. These 125mm diameter holes to put your hand through. And presently, I think they're quite good. Of course, we're going to have a depth here, which is going to restrict the access getting around, and so we're just ordering some components to make sure that works. So look at the silicone. So this is what we call the frame. You can undo these pretty easily. Just these are what are called wing nuts. You take that off so the frame can come off and be replaced after every procedure. Obviously, this area here is all set up to do those nasal oscopy thingamajiggies, and that's why we have a slit down the middle of it. It's quite interesting. Okay, so we can get our little probe and put that through. It opens up a little bit of a gap, of course, but we can move that up and down very easily, and it closes up again. Pull it out. There's a tiny little gap there. There's a tiny little gap in between. Probably, I'd say, maybe a 1/10 of a mil or something, which is, I think, quite good. This, of course, as I said, can be changed for different procedures, different shapes. Other thing about this is you can see that shadow The idea behind that, of course, is I can get my foot under there, which means I can get another 10 centimetres closer to the screen in regards to balance. That's pretty good. So that is it. That is our ENT booth. Hope you like it. We've taken the film off now so that we can see it better. Give you a little, that's it, from the side. Looks just like the CAD. All right.